welcome to Storyboard. I'm Shibani Gharat. Hephzibah Pathak calls herself an Ogilvy insider, and rightly so, because she's someone who has been with the agency since 1997. And then, at the start of the year, she took over as the executive chairperson of the agency. She's in fact the first woman to lead the company in India in 95 years of its existence. In a candid chat, she discusses life post Piyush Pandey taking advisory role at the agency, her focus for next few months as a leader, how Ogilvy is better placed than most creative agencies out there in the advertising business, and why should there be more women leaders in the ad industry. Hephzibah, welcome to CNBC TV18. Finally, you're speaking to us on Storyboard. So let's begin this conversation.
Happy to be here.
It's been 6 months, more than 6 months, since you've taken charge at Ogilvy. What have these 6 months been like for you, Hebs? And what was the initial excitement and how did it pan out over the last 6 months?
Yeah. So Shibani, as you know, this is a succession and it's an evolution. And I was already vice chairperson and the chief client officer of India. And with a lot of support from Piyush, I was already driving a whole lot of initiatives. So to me, this felt organic, and there was lots of good energy around. There was lots of wonderful responses from clients, global leaders, well-wishers. In fact, I got this, I call it a very frameable note from Shelley Lazarus, who was our global CEO. And very warm note that made me feel like 10 feet tall. So that was great. And the thing is, you know, I am an insider. So I have been in this organization and I'm quite well versed with many aspects of Ogilvy. I've worked with the people. I've worked with many clients on the front lines, and I have some for decades. And I'm very grateful for the very deep and meaningful partnerships that I have both internally and externally.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to journey forward because of the fantastic leadership team that we have here. Yeah, my board partners, there is V.R. Rajesh, who's the group CEO. There is Kainas, Sukesh and Harshad, who are our trailblazing creative leaders. There's Prem, who's our chief strategy officer, and there's Hufrish, who's our CFO. And we've had the good fortune of actually working with each other for decades, you know. So, and this is a team sport. So we've played together, we've evolved together.
Sure. When you took charge, what was the mandate that you set out for yourself?
So I think there are 3 areas of focus. Yeah, one is really to drive the transformative capabilities. Yeah, drive, scale, accelerate them, and drive a culture of innovation. And we have robust capabilities across content, you know, experiential activation, influencer, digital experience business, the creative technology team. So we have this, you know, we have robust skills, but I think the mandate is to scale it, to do it across more clients, and to keep evolving it so we're building edge on the offer. Yeah, because we want to drive, you know, we want to be the best partners for growth for clients and drive impact, you know, at the intersection of technology, platform, culture, commerce, experience. The second area of focus is to keep and it's in no particular order, but to keep the creative culture and the creative fire burning. Because we're a company with a creative soul. Yeah, and creativity is our oxygen for growth. It's how we show up to solve our clients' problems every single day. And this culture of pervasive creativity is the reason why we've been able to do the work that we do for decades. So, you know, culture is very, very important to us. We're fierce about it. We're carriers of the flame. So we want to fan that, and we want to keep evolving that. And the third area is really a disproportionate focus on people. We want to attract the best talent, and we want to build and groom our next generation of diverse leaders. I think it's very important to value people, you know, because people stay. In fact, people leave because they don't feel valued. Yeah, value people and give them enough opportunities so they constantly feel like they're growing and thriving. You know, we have the most number of boomerangs, and I love to see boomerangs. Boomerangs are people who actually come back to the agency. And the recent years, I've seen more boomerangs than ever. And I love the boomerangs because they do the work that you don't need to do, which you don't have to do.
Yeah, you taught me a new word today.
Because they're telling everybody why this is such an amazing culture, because now they've gone out and come back.
Piyush has moved to an advisory role. When you officially took charge, what was the advice that he gave you?
You know, Piyush doesn't give too much advice, but he said to me, enjoy the journey, don't worry about the end.
Hephzibah, what is expected out of a legacy creative agency like Ogilvy today? And how has that expectation changed over the past many years?
So Shibani, that word legacy, right? Because everybody says legacy. So I think you can break that up. There's one part of legacy which is reputation. So we take that, and that's great. But this is not an agency that has stood still. It has evolved and it's been dynamic, and through the years has continuously innovated and done amazing work. So we did benchmark work on television in the 90s. We did work like the Zoos, yeah, which was like multiplicity and very social at heart work that actually came out of a content brief, even though the word content wasn't used at the time, yeah. And in fact, it went viral. It had this Facebook page had more fans than Mickey Mouse. So very fantastic, high impact, discontinuous work that generated so much value for the client. And today we have Shah Rukh, for example. Take an example of Shah Rukh, which is Shah Rukh Mayad, the one that won the Titanium Award and the Cannes Effectiveness Grand Prix. Yeah, that's like breakthrough work today, because that's being enabled by AI, and that's like a fantastic personalization at scale idea. Yeah. So when you look at all of these, it's like an agency that's evolving always.
So at a time when, the idea of a legacy creative agency model is under scanner, is being questioned. We've seen so many mergers happening within holding companies over the past couple of years. What aspect of, this model, according to you, needs to be changed or needs to be reviewed probably?
So, and I'll answer the question slightly differently. I think obviously the world has got disrupted. The landscape is disrupted. It's multimedia. There is more money being shifting into digital. Consumers have changed, yeah. And the way we're building brands today is very, very dynamic. It's no longer campaigns, it's ecosystems. It's through the line, it's through the funnel, yeah. So we have, we've adapted, we're adapting, and we'll continue to adapt. So, and we have built the transformative capabilities that we require to be able to build brands in a digital world today, yeah. So you look at the content teams that we have, who are doing social work, who are doing influencer work, who are doing dynamic content work, including the performance work. Influencer is so big today. We're doing, we're doing experiential activation. We're doing creative technology. In fact, who would have imagined that we would have so many creative technologists sitting in the agency? The shape of the talent has changed, because we need new tools and new talents to be able to deliver the kind of work we need in today's world. Yeah, we have a digital experience business, which is doing all kinds of work: customer acquisition, service design, modern loyalty, continuous commerce. We have MarTech people who are helping execute these experiences. So we have the tools and reshape the talents that we require to be able to service how we're going to build brands in a digital world today.
Ogilvy is one of the agencies which has really women at the forefront. Globally, there is Devika Bulchandani along with Liz Taylor, who are leading the agency from business and creative side. Here in India, it's you along with Kenaz Karmakar. Having women leaders, what difference does it, bring to the table as compared to, I'm sure you must have spoken to other agency leaders. So what difference does it bring?
So I think first is that they bring diverse perspectives because their experiences are different. They have some natural talents, their emotional, the EQ is very high. And I think every time a woman leader, is at that position, they make space for other women leaders because I think they're conscious of it. They're highly sensitized towards it. So I think, because, and every time you put a woman leader out there, lots of other women leaders feel that, they too can be that, because when they see it, they feel they can be it.
Yeah. But advertising and campaigns speak of diversity. Still, the business has such few women in leadership position. Why is that?
So I think in the recent times, people have been more intentional about it. And when you're see, what doesn't happen by default, you have to make happen by design. So people have designed programs around it. They are measuring themselves against it. They're monitoring it. And when you're conscious about it, and you think, see, it's not just about being conscious. You must believe that it is important for business to do. It's not something good to do. But when you have diversity, you get very rich perspectives and you get very rich outcomes. So I think when you're intentional about it and you hold yourself accountable, change can happen. And that's what's happened, in not just our case, but in case of many companies.
Sure. We spoke about people, we spoke about culture. Now let's speak a bit about business. What are some of the key focus areas for the months to follow? And we are just catching up like just a month before the grand Indian festive season.
In Ogilvy, we believe that nothing will work until you do work that works. So it's all about the work, and it's all about trying to create more innovative work. And today the job of being salient is harder than ever, because you look at the clutter, who remembers anything? So really breaking new ground, so we create fresh work that captures and captivates imaginations, of consumers, and delivers great results for the clients. So really it's focusing on just doing what we have and just making sure that we're able to kick that out, knock that out of the park, or create breakthroughs. A breakthrough way of doing that. So that's pretty much what, it's like, in a sense, in many ways, it's business as usual. Sure. But it's really pushing the benchmark to try and see how you can create even more discontinuous work and discontinuous impact. I think in today's world, you have to create impact, because you can't create, it's an attention deficit world. And to win attention in culture today, you have to create, magnetic and impactful work. And it is that creates the results for clients, because finally work has to create results for clients.
Sure. Great. All the best for that. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Lovely meeting you, and thank you for this, Shibani.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have Tushar Goculdas of Under Armour speaking about their India strategy, their new campaign Zid for More, with Olympic gold medalist and their brand ambassador Neeraj Chopra, and much more. Welcome back, and now we are catching up with Tushar Goculdas, Managing Director of Underdog Athletics. He's speaking with us about their new campaign Zid for More with Olympic gold medalist and their brand ambassador Neeraj Chopra. He's also speaking about setting up Under Armour in India and how the sportswear and athleisure market has evolved. Key focus areas for Under Armour and the ambassadors they are planning to onboard. Just ahead of Paris Olympics 2024, Under Armour has launched a new campaign with their brand ambassador Neeraj Chopra, Zid for More. To tell us more about this and their plans for the India market, we are joined in by Tushar Goculdas. Welcome to CNBC-TV18.
Thanks, Shibani. Lovely to be here and excited to talk to you today.
Tushar, we are matching.
Yes, absolutely.
But what a beautiful campaign with Neeraj Chopra just ahead of the Paris Olympics. Tell us more, how did you arrive upon the idea of Zid for More and Har Taiyari se badkar hai ziddari? How did you come up with that line?
That's a good question. The broader idea was, of course, we've had a long partnership with Neeraj. It's our third year, and it's going to continue for years to come. And we felt that we wanted to really bring out his story for our audiences in India. Of course, everybody knows him as an achiever, India's gold medal winner, etc. But what goes behind the scenes of his success was something that we wanted people to really see and know and understand. Not only the physical part of it, but even the mental and emotional part of it. So we were working on a campaign to bring that out, bring his spirit and his incredible, relentless effort to light. That was the background to this. There was a few months back, we were sitting with him and discussing the production dates, etc., when we could shoot him, because we have shot the entire campaign when he is actually training. We only shoot him when he's actually training. We are like, the production crew is fly on the wall. He doesn't have any mic, etc. on him, and they shoot him, they don't disturb him. We were talking about things that motivate him, inspire him, and he came up with this line out of the blue. He said कि हाँ एक line है जो मुझे मतलब हमेशा याद रहती है कि हर तैयारी से बढ़कर है जिद्दारी.
Yeah.
He said that line, and we basically made it the core sort of line of the campaign.
Yeah.
And obviously, har taiyari se badkar ziddari ultimately led to Zid for More.
That's right. And it's been a couple of years since you onboarded Neeraj as your ambassadors. How has that worked for the brand so far?
It's worked brilliantly. See, we're very proud to partner Neeraj. He's arguably one of India's greatest athletes already, and I'm sure he has more greatness to achieve, given the commitment, the determination, and the efforts that he continues to put. He's relentless. He just doesn't want to give up. So he's got a lot more to go. It was important, given that Under Armour is an athletic performance brand focused primarily and completely on products which help athletes train, compete, and recover better, right? So it was important for us to have a top athlete that represents the values of the brand, which is great determination, the never say die attitude, working hard, as well as actually can deliver and improve on their performance by wearing Under Armour gear, right, from head to toe. So he was the perfect fit. He's an icon of the nation. He's got a wide sort of following around the country, and the level of athleticism is such that it perfectly works for Under Armour in terms of a brand and athlete fit. Now, over time, where our brand recognition and awareness has grown thanks to Neeraj, there are a lot of unimaginable things that we never expected that that have happened. For example, again, we are in a store right now, and the team here will tell you, 2 years ago, we barely sold, for example, and I'm giving this example to give you something tangible that has happened. We barely sold men's leggings, right? Men were not wearing leggings, compression bottoms for training, or it was a very niche segment, I would say. And when we got Neeraj onto the scene, and obviously
everyone
always
saw
in leggings,
him,
and everybody's seen him, our business of men's leggings has gone like exponentially higher, and we sell a lot more leggings because and it's just a question of people trying it on and realizing the help that it gives when you're training or competing, running or cycling or whatever, or in the gym, right? So we have tangible impact also on ground, and obviously the overall impact on the brand is also very positive. There's a relatable champion, top athlete, who's representing the Under Armour brand.
Tushar, you're someone who got Under Armour to India back in 2019 when you launched your first store. I was there for the store opening in Delhi. Since then, till now, as the official licensee and distributor of Under Armour, how do you think the brand has evolved, and what are some of the opportunities that have helped push that evolution over the past couple of years?
I mean, this is a very important and very critical question because this is what we live every day, right? Running this business. Now, firstly, I must say, even before we launched, so 2019 March was the launch, but in 18 we were already building our plans, strategy, etc. We had a very bold vision. We said we will create India's most loved athletic performance brand. That was our clear vision. And we built a very simple and very, very focused strategy. We said we'll have high impact retail, top locations, great stores, great customer experience through the store, through the team service, as well as one very important thing. We will not focus on driving business through values and promotions and discounts. We remained a full price brand. We started as a full price brand. It's been 5.5 years. We are still a full price brand. We sell at the full price in all our stores across the country. We also said that we will have a powerful digital presence, and we did that through launching underarmour.in. We have a tremendous following on Instagram and social media channels. And of course, we are present in the premium e-commerce platforms in India. Thirdly, we said we will build brand heat through the right athletes, right? And at that point in time, we had Michael Phelps, who came for the launch. And honestly, in 2018 itself, I'd identified Neeraj and spoken to the JSW team, and we were just waiting for him to be available. And finally that happened. Because of COVID, there was a bit of a hiatus there, and we had to wait till 2021 end to move that forward. So while the brand has evolved a lot and the business has grown dramatically, the vision hasn't changed, the strategy hasn't changed. So we continue driving premium retail presence. We have 40 stores now across the country, and we have 12 more that are going to come up in the next few months.
Which markets are you looking at specifically, and which markets are performing well for Under Armour in the country?
See, Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, they are the most important markets. Besides that, Hyderabad is a very important and successful market. And
you have a physical store presence.
Yeah, we have 3 stores in Hyderabad. Chandigarh is a very important, again, market. We have 3 stores there as well. Chandigarh, Mohali. Pune is a very important market. We have again 3 stores there. Ahmedabad is a very important market. We have 1, and the second opens in a couple of months from now. So these, I would say, besides Delhi, Bombay market, these 5 markets are also very important, and they contribute a lot to our business. Besides that, we've seen that the next tier of cities, Ludhiana, super successful.
And you're catering them through the online store?
No, we have stores there. So I'm talking still about brick and mortar.
Brick and mortar, 40 stores?
Yeah. Yes. So besides these 5 cities where we have about 23, 24 stores between them, We are available in another 16, 17 cities, usually one store each. So totally 25 cities actually. So Ludhiana is a super successful store for us. Lucknow is a super successful store for us. We do extremely well in Surat. We do very well in Jaipur. We do well in Amritsar, Jalandhar. So far that's been the experience in the tier 2, if you want to call it, besides the metros. And then now the expansion is to the next cities of a similar level.
Sure.
Tier 2. So we opened in Indore last year. It's doing very well. We are the top brand in that mall where we are present. We will be launching Nagpur in a few weeks from now, end of July, early August.
Which sport does Under Armour absolutely want to own in the country?
Of course, I must tell you that training and running commercially are very, very big in India. A larger mass of people, you probably led this revolution or one of the leaders of this revolution. Running has boomed dramatically in India. And Under Armour's running shoes have also improved dramatically over the last few years. So that's a very important sport for us. Training in general, which includes
Training in general and running.
And running in general. And training is a wide space, right? Because it includes dance, yoga, everything. And we have consumers who use our products across a spectrum of whether it's CrossFit or much more, on the other end of the spectrum, dance or yoga.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Shibani. Great to have this conversation with you and see you soon.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all of our content on Facebook, X and YouTube. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time next week. See you soon.